Hey Crosswatchers for Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2019 Crosswatcher video. We're going to see what's going on with Sagittarius for those of you watching. If you are a Sagittarius and you're just curious to see what I'm saying about you all, keep in mind these are still general readings. They may or may not apply to your situation. And also keep in mind this is being done with the energy of the Crosswatcher in mind. So your person might not be on my channel. They may not be watching tarot videos at all. That is also a factor to consider. We're going to see what's going on. We're asking Archangel Michael to come in and bring truth. We're asking for Raphael, Archangel Raphael, to come in and bring in healing. We're asking for all messages to be in the best and highest good of all involved. That everything be positive, constructive, healing, and beneficial. We are not throwing shade. We are not spilling tea. We are coming into this with a high vibration with the intention of healing, okay? The intention of building up, not tearing down. So what is going on? What does Crosswatcher need to know about Sagittarius? Let's get into it, my darlings. So first off, we have the wheel. That which was stuck is no longer stuck. It is moving forward and moving forward quickly. Now, I do want to say something. I feel like something is happening in the collective energy because a lot of the Crosswatcher videos have been about some kind of movement, some kind of change. So I think there's going to be a lot of big changes coming into the fall or the autumn season. At least in my part of the world, it's the fall or autumn season. But like in the next few months, there's going to be a lot of personal shifts and changes for a lot of people, I think. And your Sagittarius is ready to go. Your Sagittarius is ready to move forward or move past something. And this is funny and this is interesting because with a lot of the other readings, I got a sense or a feeling of like, you know, becoming more serious about something or making plans for the future. But for some reason, and I've never really gotten this feeling before from the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm feeling it in this card for you all, Crosswatcher. I feel Sagittarius is finally ready to get over something, specifically get over something emotional. So say maybe you all had some kind of disagreement in the past, or maybe they felt in some way, Crosswatcher, that you had wronged them or something. They're finally ready to get over it and let it go. Or maybe you feel like they've been hung up or hung on, like they weren't over a past relationship or a past hurt or something. Wheel of Fortune is telling me they're over it. They're ready to move on. So it feels to me, it's for some reason, whatever reason, as I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune, it's giving me a sense or a feeling of leaving the past in the past. So clean slate. I'm getting a sense or a feeling of a clean slate. And once this decision is being made, things are moving forward very smoothly, very quickly, very, like just easy, coming into an easier, like more effortless kind of energy. Next, we have here the the Knight of Wands. So sometimes I joke about the Knight of Wands and I say, you know, he's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time, or he's here for a good time, not for a long time. And that could be the case for some of you. You know, maybe you have a Sagittarius that comes in and out and you all, you know, maybe don't have something steady. For those of you in that situation, there might be more of it in October. It's up to you to decide if you're going to, you know, tolerate that or not. But more so for the majority of you, I don't think it's that. For the majority of you, because we have this, you know, Wheel of Fortune energy followed by the Knight of Wands. We all know Sagittarius, you know, Sagittarius is a fire sign. So we know Knight of Wands, they're going to be in their fire energy, in their fire element. And to have it come in with the Wheel of Fortune, it makes me feel like your Sagittarius may be presenting you with some kind of an ultimatum. Okay, it could be where you're being asked to make a decision and you're not being given a whole lot of time to make this decision. So you're going to have to weigh the factors very carefully. You're going to have to make up your mind in a short period of time. I do feel that what this is some kind of, I don't know. I mean, it could be about a next step. It could be something like, do you want to get married? Let's go to Vegas now. And you're like, well, I want to get married, but I don't want to go to Vegas now. And they might be like, well, it's now or never. Or something about moving in. Or it could be something about an ultimatum having to do about the future. Like, you know, maybe they're wanting you to quit a job. Or maybe they're wanting you to... I don't know, move in with their family after you guys are together, or it could be a lot of different things. It could be about whether or not you're going to have kids. It could be all kinds of things, but they might be presenting you with some kind of like, I'm ready, I want to move forward, but here's the deal. Here's the conditions, and you take them or you leave them. It could be that kind of energy, Crosswatcher. Hopefully it's not a harsh thing for all of you. Hopefully for most of you, it's something just more along the lines of you having to decide quickly what you want to do, or if you're in or if you're out. Hopefully it's not a difficult decision to make, but I do feel like they're wanting an answer soon. I do feel for some of you, and this happens to me in my life a lot, although I've never dated a Sagittarius, and it's not like a Sagittarius thing, mind you, it's just coming up in the reading for October. You might be dealing, those of you who've had a Sagittarius that you haven't talked to in a while, like you have unfinished business, like it could be 2-3 years you haven't talked to this person. Don't be surprised if they show up in October, like not just showing up to reconnect, but like full on proposing, like full on, hey, you know, I realized you're the one for me. I'm sorry about what happened. And, you know, like, I'm ready to do this. And you're just like, I haven't talked to you in a few years. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, so you might have that kind of thing, but they might be presenting it like, no, you need to make up your mind right now. That's actually happened to me a few times. And I've just been like, okay, well, no, because I haven't talked to somebody in 2-3 years. How am I just like going to go and run off and get married, you know? So some of you might have, I'm not going to say might, some of you definitely are. Some of you definitely are going to have that kind of situation where this person is coming around, but they're coming around with the energy of like, you know, like this is it. Like we're going to do this and we're going to do this now. Because they've made up their mind and they're ready to go. You know, again, this is not for every single person, but I do feel that on some level, whatever that level may be, your Sagittarius is asking you to make a decision. And it's going to be about commitment one way or another. And realize there's different levels of commitment. You know, they might be asking you to commit to like not doing something, right? Maybe your Sagittarius is recovering from some kind of an addiction, and they might say to you, hey, you know, like if we're going to be together, there are certain things I can't have in the house, or there are certain things I can't have you doing because it might trigger my addiction, and you might have to give up certain things even though you don't have an addiction, you know. And it could be addiction to anything. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be food, it could be sex, it could be all kinds of things, it could be gambling, you know. But like they might be having things in their life that they want to be with you, but like you're going to have to maybe make some adjustments, and they might be asking you to give up some things, and that might be the ultimatum. But I just feel like you're having to make a decision and you're not being given a whole lot of time to make this decision, Crosswatcher. Next we have here the Page of Cups. And Page of Cups, it could be a new love, okay? Or it could be kind of like getting more into a playful energy, right, Crosswatcher? So it could be that maybe that's what the ultimatum is. Maybe you are being tempted by someone, and maybe you thought that the relationship with you and Sagittarius wasn't that serious, or maybe you thought you all were still getting to know each other, and Sagittarius might be of the mind or of the energy of, hey, you know, like it's like exclusive or nothing, like you get rid of that person and you're not seeing anybody else, or you know, like it could be something along those lines. I do feel though with the Page of Cups, I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like wanting more romance but not knowing how to go about it, if that makes any kind of sense. So I feel like your Sagittarius may be trying to do romantic things, and some of it might come off to you as like awkward, or you're not sure where they're going with it. If that's the case, you know, then Crosswatcher, if you do want to be with Sagittarius, I suggest that you show appreciation, you know, kind of commend what you do like, and maybe you can help them by you doing things that you find romantic, or like just kind of helping them by kind of like maybe showing them, because I do feel, again, like there's a sense or a feeling of you know, like a clean slate, and I do feel they're also wanting to come in and express themselves. With the Page of Cups for me a lot of the times is the heart chakra is opening up, you know, they're starting to feel feelings deeper, and so like this could be a new realm. Like you could be dealing with a Sagittarius who maybe like they partied a lot, or they had a lot of, you know, partners in the past, and so, you know, maybe in the past they haven't done like super emotionally intimate relationships, and they might like be really feeling you and they're wanting to express that, but they might not be sure how to go about that. So don't make fun of them, right? Like if they do something, you're like, oh, is this supposed to be romantic? Oh, like even if you're laughing because like you think it's cute, or you're just kind of like, you know, giving them, like you're just kind of like razzing them a little bit, like playfully, I don't think Sagittarius can handle that, because I feel like Sagittarius is really putting it on the line for you, and they're not gonna recover well from being laughed at or made fun of for that. So understand and know, Crosswatcher, any kind of romantic gesture that Sagittarius is doing for you in October, as silly as it may seem, it's coming from the heart, and they're trying really hard, and they're not gonna, you know, excuse me, they're not gonna do too well with being made fun of or laughed at about any of it. So keep that in mind. Next we have here is the Chariot. So this is a major arcana card, right? So if you do laugh at your Sagittarius, they may run away. They may hop in their little chariot and go off into the sunset with their hurt feelings. So don't make fun of your Sagittarius. But it could also mean, with the Chariot card, it's that forward movement kind of energy. Gosh, the Chariot can apply in so many different ways. And this is a general reading, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm having a really hard time you know, pinpointing it down. So I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to pull a clarifier. What message does a Chariot have for Crosswatchers regarding their Sagittarius? What message does a Chariot have for Crosswatchers regarding their Sagittarius? So we've pulled 3 clarifiers. Our clarifiers being Page of Swords. Oh, somebody's going to let you know how they feel. So if you do make fun of your Sagittarius, or if you offend them, you're going to hear about it. They're going to tell you, boy. You've got 3 of Pentacles, and you've got 2 of Wands. The truth is coming out. This is making a decision between 2 people. Right off the bat, this is making a decision between 2 people. It could be you. Sagittarius might be telling you to decide. It's me or them. Or Sagittarius could be telling you, hey, you know, I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm ready to move forward with this relationship. Whether it is because there's someone else and they're trying to decide between the 2 of you, and some of you are already in the comments like, oh no, Amethyst, I'm not even playing with that, I'm not an option, they can go with the other person if that's the case. Okay, fine, but you know, maybe it's not another person, maybe it's the situation of like, they're trying to figure out if they're ready for this relationship or not, or if they like, but you know, I feel like they are ready for the relationship, because I'm feeling that. I feel like they're coming in like they want to be with you. They're ready for you. But you know what? With the 3 of Pentacles here, they're just trying to make sure you all want the same thing. I'm going to be honest with you, Crosswatcher. Your Sagittarius might feel in some way that you're giving them the runaround, or they might feel like they're more into you than you are into them, and they're just trying, like, they want the truth. Because the Page of Swords is communication. It's cutting straight to the, just cutting straight to the point. It's very honest, very truthful, very straightforward. So I feel like your Sagittarius is like getting straight with you, letting you know how they feel, letting you know what's bothering them, letting them know the things about you that they're having a hard time with, but also all of the reasons why they want it to work, and all of the reasons that they like you, and all of the reasons that they want you. But they're looking for some kind of reassurance, and they're trying to make a decision about what they're going to do or what they want to do, especially since I feel for some reason, and I don't know why this is, I feel like Sagittarius feels like they have to choose between you and certain aspects of their career. Okay, so maybe your Sagittarius did something that, causes them to be away a lot, and they're like, well, if I'm away all the time, the relationship will suffer, or there'll be temptation to cheat. Or maybe your Sagittarius did something that caused them to be very, like, flirtatious or physical with people, and they're like, well, I don't want to do that if I'm in a relationship. I don't know, maybe your Sagittarius did some kind of adult entertaining, I don't know. But there could be just something where they feel like they're having to pick between their career and you. Like, they might be taking a financial hit to be with you. And so they're just trying to figure out, like, are you really in this for real? Like, if I'm going to give this up, or if I'm going to make these changes, or if I'm going to make these sacrifices, am I going to regret it later? Or are you as invested as I am? So I feel like your Sagittarius is really coming at you with their heart on their sleeve. And I'm just going to say, Crosswatcher, some of it may seem to you like, oh, this is so silly that you're worried about this, or you have nothing to worry about. But just be careful how you express that, because it could come off the wrong way. And I feel like Sagittarius may really get hurt, or may really be put off by that. So be considerate of their feelings. Hear them out, listen to them, let them finish talking before you even respond. And when you respond in gentle ways. I just feel like Sagittarius maybe has been through a lot, and it's really coming to the surface, and you need to be like sensitive about that, or you need to be considerate of that. So next we have here the King of Cups. King of Cups to me is like marriage. It's the father, it's the husband, it's a successful businessman, it's emotions, like feelings. So, maybe for some of you, Crosswatcher, Sagittarius is looking at you to be the King of Cups. Maybe for some of you, Crosswatcher, Sagittarius is coming into King of Cups energy for themselves. But this to me is like marriage. I feel like Sagittarius is like wanting to talk marriage. Like, maybe they're realizing, like, hey, for a long time I didn't care if it would happen, or I didn't want it, but now I do want it. So especially with that Three of Pentacles is about foundation. It's about the long term. It's about building a home together, building a life together. And so, like, this is it. And I feel like Sagittarius, like, they don't want to do this unless it's going to work out. They don't want to have, first, second, third husband, wife, whatever. They don't want to do that. They don't want to have like a string of divorces, or they want it to be, if at all possible, just like this one time. Or maybe they've been divorced a few times before, or they've had big breakups, and like they're wanting this to be it. Like if they're doing this, like, this is it. This is the last one. So are you in or are you out? Right? And like, they might be giving you some very straightforward rules or requests, and it's going to be up to you, Crosswatcher, to decide, if that works for you or not, but I do feel like they're sincere. I do feel like they're going to do everything they can in their power to make the relationship work. and they're just hoping that they can see that you're going to be the same way. All right, my darlings, be sure to watch your love reading for the month of October for your personal sign. The link to the love readings is in the description of the video. And make sure maybe you can watch the Venus sign of your Sagittarius. If you know your Sagittarius's Venus sign, maybe a good idea to watch their Venus sign Crosswatcher video. It could add a little bit more, to it. Or, when you watch your own love videos, make sure to watch your sun sign and your Venus sign for the love videos. I do have some people, they've told me that sometimes they find their moon sign seems to resonate more in the love videos, and I've had some people say their Venus. For me, it usually is between I don't watch readings that often, but when I do, I'll usually find it in my sun or my Venus. Sometimes the moon, but usually it's more the sun or the Venus. But it's different for different ones of you, and it can change from month to month as well. But definitely check those out. And guys, you might need a private reading. I'm more than happy to do that. If you click on the Calendly link, there's a link there. It will tell you the different readings I offer, the prices, the next available appointment. You can schedule there. Everything is there. There have been PayPal issues recently. I believe that they're resolved. I just have to log in and, punch a couple of different things in, and hopefully it'll get set up. But if when you schedule, if it doesn't automatically take you to PayPal, then you're going to have to go into PayPal and send payment separately. If you don't, I will send you an invoice, and if I don't get the invoice before the reading, then I will just go ahead and cancel the reading. So make sure that you do that if it doesn't automatically take you to PayPal. And guys, don't forget to watch your weekly forecasts, because I know love is important, but so is the rest of our life. So that's why every single week I just do a weekly reading for whatever comes up. Sometimes love will come up for some of the signs, but I find usually it's like if you all have been way too focused on career or way too focused on family, then sometimes in the weekly love will come up. But the weekly, for like 99% of the time, is going to be about your spirituality, career, family, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you check that out as well. I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful October, Crosswatcher. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the weekly video comments as well, and you take care.